What's up everybody, JC with Stoner Car Care. Today we are continuing our deep dive in the iron remover and the odorless decontamination of your paint. You saw last week our live event with TR SEMA. Thanks to those guys for having us on that stream and showing us some of that initial video of what we're rolling out with. Today we're gonna do just a dedicated paint decontamination odorlessly with our new products. And then it's a little bit of a sneak peek into next week, which will deep dive into the science of how we've come to these conclusions about how we can do this safely, quickly, easily, and without a stink on this odorless technology. So let's get after it. So what we have today is two white panels that we're gonna go through. We're gonna explore both our traditional indicating iron remover that turns orange in the presence of metal ions and our brand new, just released indicator-free version. That's gonna be for those of you who are doing this on the road and mobile and might have that unsealed concrete, because as we've pointed out, there is some risk of staining with unsealed concrete. So if you're gonna be spraying or cleaning or detailing around that, we're gonna recommend you using the indicator-free version, but both have the same active ingredient to remove, dissolve, help lubricate that iron off of your paint without the indicator. So what we're gonna do with this panel is we are going to prep it with an all-purpose cleaner. We're gonna wash it with a contact wash, and then we're gonna go over this whole panel with our iron remover. Then for half of this panel, we are gonna use our contact with either a clay bar or a clay mitt to really get that deep clean, again, in that one step. And then we're gonna go back over this with a traditional iron remover to show you what's left on when there's not that abrasion. And that's really gonna get us to explain and understand that the iron is both exposed on the outside and embedded. And so you need the iron remover and mechanical to truly decontaminate safely, effectively, easily, and with Stoner's product without any stink. So since diving into this iron remover technology, what we found is there's just as many techniques as there are people who are doing iron removal. Everybody's got their own little niche way of doing it. A lot of people like to spray iron remover on the panel directly on a dirty car. Something just rolls into the shop, they hose it down with iron remover. Looks great because all the colors pop out, but really there's a lot of non-iron abrasive things on that surface that you're gonna agitate. So we always recommend doing a normal wash first. And you'll see in our videos, you saw in our live video, we basically do an all-purpose clean like a prep soap, then we do a wash, and in the video we even did a Terminator. For today, we're just gonna do all-purpose cleaner and then a contact wash to get any additional abrasives and dirt off. So the only things that should be left on here are kind of embedded contaminants, including those that are kind of ferrous materials that'll indicate with iron. Ready to use all-purpose cleaner and our RK sprayer for our prep wash. We'll let it go for a minute. Moab. From the smell of it, it's green apple, which I love. So for the sake of the demonstration, I'm gonna spray this half with a traditional iron remover. One of the ones you're used to it, you know the smell, it's gonna turn purple, but we're not trying to rag on it, so we're not showing you what we're using or who we're using. The products all work fairly well. Our differentiator is odor, so we're not looking to rag on them. So we're gonna spray this half with the purple, we're gonna spray the left side with our product, do the contact, and then come back over the entire panel to show you that you need both steps to really work. This half then we're going to use our original iron remover before we do our contact. So we've let these sit for a couple minutes. Again, there's no denying purple shows up more dramatically than our orange, but both of these are clearly indicating the iron particulates. And if you want to be Insta famous and have it look great, that's fine, but it genuinely stinks in here because of this, and now my shoes are somewhat ruined. And this is still doing the right job. So this is still decontaminating. So we're gonna take a clay mitt, add a couple more sprays of our iron remover. And again, this is doing two things. It's putting more of the active on there, but it's also got quite a bit of lubrication in here that we can use to decontaminate this panel. And basically you're just doing the same thing you do with a clay bar or clay mitt that you traditionally do. And this is basically incorporating a mechanical clean alongside of the chemical clean to really get both the surface and the below the surface embedded metal particulates and other items that are kind of into your clear coat. And as you're doing this, you can actually tactically feel your paint getting cleaner and smoother like you do when you use a clay bar. So we're gonna rinse both of these off. So now we're gonna show you the difference of what happens with a chemical and mechanical versus a straight chemical. We're gonna go back over with that original kind of traditional style iron remover to show whatever differences there are. I will tell you already from just tactically being here with the paint, there's no comparison. So this feels like a clayed smooth surface like you would expect with a clay mitt. This side obviously is much cleaner than it was when we started. However, there's no comparison. The whole replacing clay with just a chemical, that really doesn't prove itself out. And you're gonna see more of that in the chemistry and the science behind this next week. But these are two very different panels, even physically touching them and being prepared to be decontaminated. If you're gonna do an additional step with polishing, this one's much closer to being ready for that. And then we'll see what the iron looks like. So as you can see, with one pass of the treatment with mechanical, we have a significantly cleaner panel on this side, on this left side of the car door. And you know, the right side without that mechanical is still lighting up extremely well, indicating there's still a lot of metal embedded in that clear coat. Again, this is primarily done for prep for your next polish or correction. You could either go over this again with your iron remover and your clay mitt or your clay bar, or you can move into your polish step, which is also gonna help get those contaminants out as well. But you can see the point of this was you need both to make that difference. And although it's not perfect, it's significantly better than we were with just the chemical. With, again, our competitor, we're not hating on it. This is just gonna happen with all the iron removers. And you'll see more about that, again, next week in the science video. So what we're gonna do just to finish this thing out, we're gonna spray again with our indicator-free version just to save our noses a little bit. Go over the whole panel again, hit it with our clay mitt, and then try to see what happens when you're on 2 wipes with this side and then your first contact wash again with this, just to bring it back. And we'll do one final wipe to indicator to see where we are after that step of the process. So as you can see, as we had hoped and expected, now that this side has been done twice, it is almost completely removed. You can still see a couple spots here. I'm gonna put that mostly on user error, making sure we get the even coating. But now that this has had the contact mechanical wash and the chemical, it's significantly cleaner. But again, because it's only done one time, it's still a little bit more indicating than the side closest to me. So as you can see, you need both mechanical and chemical to truly decontaminate your paint. A product like this, you can do that without the stinky odor. It's got the lubrication involved, so you can basically do this in one step and get to a decontaminated clear coat as fast, safely, and stink-free as possible. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.